get in here. Of course, I'll have this knife and every other knife you see in this video linked down below so you guys can check out prices, availability, and variants. And here we go. It's going to be a small little guy wiping cloth in the box. And let's see what else we got here. All right, yeah, very, very small EDC. What do we got here? It's kind of like a carabiner situation. Let's zoom in, right? Get you a closer look. So we got a carabiner situation there. It's kind of like it's gonna be probably like a keychain or backpack knife. Definitely do that really good. You'll probably strap this guy on the loop on your pants or what have you. So definitely can do that as well. And we got some thumb stud deployment. Now, is this aluminum? Because if it is, yeah, definitely feels like aluminum. No pull. We do have recessed liners, so I'm getting a little bit of pull from that, but even aluminum backspacer, so that is a nice weight reduction right there. We have a little pop of color here with the, whoops, butterfingers, with the blue here, anodized blue going on there. We have big hardware, TA and TA, only T6, I think, maybe here on the thumb studs. But yeah, other than that, let's go ahead and get this thing deployed here, shall we? I'm curious to see what the ergos look like. And again, let me get you a 5x zoom, like the attention to detail on the aluminum here. Pretty nice, right? Kind of has that lizard, more or less, kind of reminds me a little bit of that lizard titanium pattern on the TRM knives, right? And then you got a little pokey, little dot, you know, kind of like golf ball, but these are actually raised, right? Little circles on this side, so it's an interesting combination there. Without further ado, here we go, thumb deployment. Bam. Okay. Small but mighty little box opener right here, right? Check this out. We got a warning, or what are we calling this? Warncliffe, sheep's foot, reverse tanto. Call it whatever you want to call it. It is the, there we go, the owl, all right? Printed on the blade there. The owl, D2 steel, and it is a NedFoss knife. Kind of has a little bit of a recurve to it. I can see it. It's not necessarily a straight edge. I kind of see a little bit of a recurve, I want to say, not you know, very minimal. If anything, we have a flat grind, and it's all blacked out here, just like the rest of the knife. So, yeah, let's not make a comment about the blade to handle ratio on this one, because clearly, you know, you got a tiny little blade there, quite a lot of handle. Shouldn't necessarily get you into a lot of trouble, right? Depending on where you live. Now, if you can't carry a knife at all, it's a different story, but don't really have that much of a blade on you with something like this. So let's see, it is a liner lock. Checking the lock up here. All right, good, maybe 35-ish% or so on the lock up. Decent access from the show side, not with no additional cutout or anything. But let me see. Oh, that's not bad. Very easy to push down into the left to disengage. All right, that's nice. And then it looks to be on ball bearings. It's a little tight. There's not that much weight on the blade for it to be a shake shutter. Right, they definitely have to shake it really really hard, but I mean the detent is pretty snappy, I'll tell you that. Definitely has that going for it. Pretty snappy detent right there. So thumb deployment is good, and then let's try the reverse flick. All right, that's also good. That was with the meat of my middle finger. I'm trying the nail this time, and it hit my index finger. So yeah, kind of there we go, getting used to it. That was with the meat of the middle finger. That one was with the nail, so you could do either or, and those are your two deployment options. Now you're probably wondering, how do you grip this thing? Well, I mean, my pinky just naturally wants to go in the hole, because otherwise it will look somewhat weird like this, right? I don't know, just naturally feels like putting the, you know, kind of like karambit style, right? So you got to do something with your hands and then immediately get your knife. You know, you work at unboxing packages for a living, right? Maybe you gotta do some cuts here, right? Drop the knife on your pinky like this, do some other stuff with your hand, bring your knife back up, and then do some more cutting, and then same thing, rinse and repeat. So it's a very interesting way to do that. Obviously it's a carabiner, so it does that as well. But yeah, ergos, I have, I think, average size hands, not the biggest, not the smallest of hands, and you know, it does feel a little bit crowded in here. Like if I put my pinky there, or even if I leave the pinky outside, you know, I guess you do consider the carabiner portion part of the handle. I want to say it's not necessarily the most comfortable knife out there, especially around the, you know, ring finger and pinky area here. But this is probably a knife, you know, that you're not going to be doing a ton of hard work with, right? Let's just be realistic. you're not gonna take this thing to do like a lot of hardcore work of in any way, shape, or form. This is one of those, you know, nice to have. You know, maybe just throw it on a keychain, throw it on a throw it on a survival pack or pouch or EDC bag of some sort, and you know, forget it. Set it and forget it, because you know you'll have something sharp with you at all times. But this is pretty interesting, to say the least. So no pocket clip, right? Clearly it's not meant for you to carry in your pocket. It's more of a carabiner style carry. But I'm going to give it a good 8.5 out of 10 as far as ergos go. So let's just go ahead and look at these two side by side, right? So the Owl is a little bit smaller. The Flamingo is a little bit bigger, right? You can see more or less the size difference there. And this is, of course, D2 steel. So starting here with the Owl, all right, let's check the cutting performance on it. Oh yeah, I mean, you don't have a lot of cutting path. Oh, wait a second. All right, let me get a good cut. You don't have a very long cutting path, but as long as you carry the cut in the path that you have, you should be okay, right? So definitely gonna be a good, like, you know, piercer, right? Unboxing packages and whatnot, using that tip right there to pierce and cut that way. So clearly it's gonna cut paper. As far as cardboard goes, single wall piece of cardboard at a diagonal angle. Yeah, there we go. If you had to do in a pinch with this guy, break down a quick piece of cardboard or two, right, it will definitely do it, right? Don't take that for granted, right? So not the longest cutting path in the world, but definitely small and mighty and capable. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.